Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I'm up a little early because I was worried that I was going to have some technical problems. I had some technical problems this morning with YouTube, so I'm glad I'm here. I hope everyone is well. Hi Patricia Epperson, FSU, Carmen Denali, Jenny Byers, Ronan Conditional Love Tarot. Thank you for helping me. Maxine Ladouceur. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good to talk. Having said that, two major things in the news this morning. I don't know if you guys noticed how Justice Robert, late in the evening, just like everything that has to do with Trump, they wait for the last minute to give Trump time, so they can give Trump extra time as well. Like last night, very late, they decided to pause the lower court order, okay, and he gave them till Friday, because if he had taken it in the morning, they don't have to, but they're just looking for cover. And they are looking for any sliver of any reason to give Trump a break. Expect Robert to give Trump some wins. It's not going to be, he's going to do, he's going to go according to the law, but he's going to look for ways to help Trump as well. Because I feel, as we know, he did not give Trump immunity because Trump is a nice guy, or he likes Trump that much. It's because of the 1% of the 1% who are greasing the pockets. And if they're not getting the pockets greased right now, there are promises for later. That's the way I am getting it. So I don't know how this is going to work, but I don't feel he's going to leave the people hanging. Something is gonna be done. That's the way I am getting it. As far as that, for example, these people already work for their money. Just he's gonna create an opportunity for them to get paid. But Trump is doing the right thing. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Trump is playing the Supreme Court, and he's not doing it just. He knows. Okay, what's going on? The people who put him in place to do what he's doing are manipulating the Supreme Court as well. The Elon and company, they are all in. And the other thing is, I don't know how many of you heard that that guy Andrew Tate, the rapist, the human trafficker. Trump gave him, basically put pressure on Romania to free him from jail or home confinement, whatever he was on, and he's on his way to the United States. Can you imagine this? And now he's coming to Florida. DeSantis is not happy, so there is some friction there between DeSantis and nothing major, but it seems like this is ruffling DeSantis's feathers. And there are some people in Florida, I'm sure, they don't want a human trafficker to be landing and staying here. And I am sure there are wealthy people with a conscience, and they don't want to have anything to do with Trump and the people around him. But those who do, they, because of our taxpayer office that he occupies, they are very high profile. They're going to do things in a high profile manner. And that's what's annoying DeSantis and his wife, because his wife is running for governor, by the way. And he's doing everything he can to block Trump's, the guy Trump is supporting. I forget his name, that the black guy, Byron something. Yeah, Byron something. I don't remember his last name, but you guys know who I am. Byron Dano. The reason why I'm getting confused, the way I remember his name, the Byron and Donald, I associate him with Donald Trump. But I'm like, no, it can't be Byron Trump. It's Byron something, and I remember it's Byron Donald. That's how I remember things. But anyway, having said that, I looked at a little bit of the cabinet meeting that Elon Musk presided over, and I don't know how many of you watched that stuff, but it feels like to me Trump is getting annoyed, and it's not only Trump. Do you know something, you guys? Is any of you picking up that there is something that we don't know about that's going on? I don't do conspiracy theories or conspiracy theory. I'm not into that stuff at all. Even movies, everyone loved movies, but since I was like, once I hit 12, 13, maybe 14, I was not into movies. I would go watch comedy, but drama or anything that has nothing to do with reality, I'm not going. I'm not interested. So, that's maybe that has something to do with the way I am. If it's something gossipy or something like that, or anything that doesn't have anything to do with reality, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I feel there is something here we don't know about between Trump, Elon, and Russia. Okay? And to whatever, that's what I feel. I understand Elon, not only his money. Elon has done more than putting up his money to get Trump where Trump is. Okay? But we will talk about that some other time, because there are going to be news about that too at some point down the line. But it feels like to me there is something that's giving Trump pause, because the way Elon behaves, if you watch that meeting, it's like Trump is just there. Trump is just a figure. Nothing happening. He's in charge. And let me tell you something. The other cabinet members, yeah, they're clapping and they're laughing and they're saying, we want Elon or whatever it is. They're licking his boots. That's not true. Some of them, the first opportunity they get to knife him in the back, they'll do it. They hate his guts. Because there is, jealousy, because they feel the way Elon has been behaving, if they go to Trump with a good idea or something they want to do, and it's going against anything Elon is trying to do, they're going to lose. They don't feel they have the boss's ears, and they cannot compete with Elon. And there is something else. Again, I'm going to say, I know everybody keep repeating, it's money, because anyone who goes against Trump, they are afraid they will be primaried and they will spend a boatload of money against them. I feel that's part of it. There is something more here, an understanding, and I feel that understanding is, do you guys remember a while back, months ago, I was telling you about the think tank that exists in DC, and all they were focusing on is getting a Republican reelected and stay in power. And the proof to me is how Republicans right now are not answering to their constituents because they are protesting. And I was just watching a clip from a video. They are currently, as we are speaking, a group of protesters protesting Johnson, Senator Johnson. Okay, so I believe it's from Minnesota or something like that. Yeah, I think that's where he's from. But they are protesting in front of his office right now. But the point I'm trying to make is there is something more than threats and spending, getting Republicans primary. There is something more. But to go back to what I was talking about with Trump and Elon, I still feel it's not going to last. But the other thing is, yesterday, the way he comported himself did not help Elon. It did not help Trump. But my friends, I was looking at Trump, Elon, and the other people. We are in for some rude awakening. And I was very happy. And that's my intuitively, I feel what we are, it's going to get worse. What they are going to try to do will be worse. I'm glad Governor Pritzker was on Deadline White House yesterday afternoon. I was watching it, and he's 100% correct. But a lot of newspapers are still afraid to admit where we are and let people know it's time. It would be more helpful if mainstream newspapers, if they weren't captive of Trump, like Bezos and others trying to muzzle their journalists. It would have been more helpful for people to be informed and know this country, the guy we supposedly elected are destroying it from within. And if you see what Trump is doing and Elon, they are ready to do worse, and they are ready to impose their will on us. I was looking at those guys yesterday. They are confident they're going to be able to do it, and they will have help. When it comes to security, I'm not saying it's going to work now. I'm saying how confident intuitively when I was looking at the videos, the facial expression, Elon, Trump. Okay, Trump is a happy camper because, as we know, he doesn't care about anyone as long as he's getting what he wants. So he's getting what he wants from Elon and also from Moscow via Elon. Trump doesn't care. He simply wants to be king and enjoy life, and Elon, Miller, and others to do the job. But there's a lot that are going to make us unhappy that are yet to come. But by the same token, people, yesterday what happened in the Oval Office, MAGA, intuitively I feel, is not happy. They're not going to take this sitting down. And let me say this. I've been saying to you for a while now, there is a core MAGA that will always be with Trump. But there is, a larger group of people who voted for Trump and supporting him. I feel that larger group is thinning out every day. We are about to reach the core supporters, and that's all, and they're not, enough. to help Trump in any way, shape, or form. But what happened yesterday, to me, was detrimental to what Trump is trying to do. Trump is not gonna. What I see him and Elon and others in the White House, the way they are going about doing things, like Elon said yesterday, they're making so many changes, they're going to make mistakes. Yeah, Ebola is about to run rampant in Africa, and who knows when it's going to get to our shores and other places and throughout the world. That would be a mess. But the way those guys are going, that's what's to come. I don't know how many of you were watching Odano last night. It is a pretty scary situation. And the doctor that was on Odano, I don't remember his name. I was brushing my teeth, getting ready, to hop in the shower. So I couldn't. I don't have paper. I don't have much paper around in my bedroom. I only have computers. So I'm like, okay, if I'll look at it again this morning, but I didn't. But if you watched, or you can go online and you can watch that segment, I feel that doctor, I hope something happened. But if nothing is done, if Robert, I'm talking about Justice Robert, I was talking about earlier, who's going to try to do everything to give Trump someone and, like cut in half or whatever size he's going to give to Trump, okay, we're going to have problems. But people like Elon, they think they can make mistakes. It's all right, they God. That will affect us, that will kill us. Because Ebola is a killer, worse than COVID. We are in danger. And there is another disease that's spreading in the Congo as well. I don't think anyone knows what it is. I believe it's killing people within 48 hours or something to that effect, if I remember correctly. Okay. And, like I said, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. The thinking of a lot of Republicans, the weak, if something like that were to spread among us, it's okay if they weed out the weak. That's their attitude. The older people who with immune compromise or anything of that sort, or if you have any illness that puts you at risk, it's better for them because, as we know, if you look at the way they are trying to take Medicaid away from us, why would they do that if they cared about anybody besides themselves? They wouldn't. Okay? And the way Elon was laughing, what he's doing, oops, I cut the funding for Ebola. By the way, still they're not paying and to monitor and do anything about Ebola, by the way. I just want to make that clear. But he's allowed to make mistakes. No one else is allowed to make mistakes. And I was just reading before I came on, they have 40-something people in charge of dismantling the government. Let me say this. Some people, when this is over, I don't know all the steps, but some people are going to be in prison for life. I don't know what the offenses are going to be. I have no idea. But a lot of people who are running around dismantling the government, causing death, Consequences are coming. It's not going to happen tomorrow, please. While Bundy is there, it's not going to happen. But let me say this. Bundy may do 4 years, but people like Bundy, just like Vance, they change flags too. They don't care. It's all about themselves. They're all the same. Intuitively, I feel I'm going to take, be generous with time that I give Trump within the next 2 years. Okay, I don't feel Trump is going to. I'm not saying he's going to die, but what's about to hit the protest, among other things that are coming, and people demanding change. I don't feel he's going to be in office, and I don't feel anybody who's around Trump right now will remain in the White House. But my point is, once that happens, I know we don't have an election until 2 years from now. But the minute Trump is gone, and that's what I feel is coming, I feel Republicans and Democrats, like I've said before, will start investigation and go after some people in government who are, for their own reasons, their own benefit. You guys remember I told you what those guys are doing. They are basically dismantling our government to cut it off to their friends, Elon, so they can, if their friends can service the government and become wealthier. Do you know what Elon is trying to do right now? Boot Verizon out, because the Verizon is getting $2 billion or billion and change for servicing the government, telecommunication. Elon is kicking them out. He's taking the contract for himself. I'm just saying to you, I'm reminding everyone, I've been saying that it's happening. But I'm giving you that example because there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of, that are going to come to the surface. It's going to be so egregious. I don't know the law, but but I watch those police shows, so you guys can. But I know a lot of you know a lot more about the law than I do. Please let me know why they would put somebody in prison for life. But I feel it's gonna be, some of the stuff that are happening are so egregious. They're gonna put some people in prison for at least a very long time, if it's not a life sentence. That's my prediction. But what that debacle we watched yesterday. Good luck to Trump and Elon and the cabinet members. Don't be fooled by the laugh, clap, we want more of those. It's all baloney. They hate the guy. And they're beginning to resent Trump as well because, except for a couple of people who were in that room, and I'm going to give you an example. This guy, oh my God, his name is Lutnick. This guy, to me, for a buck or for power, he will lick somebody's shoes. Low self-esteem, low self-worth. I'm so curious. I would love to know. I would love to find out about his background, how he grew up, anything about his mom and dad. You can't be normal to do some of the stuff that this guy is doing. Yes, he looks normal too. Well, to me, he doesn't. Something is wrong. And to me, this guy is scary. He can have you killed. No problem. Simply because he's master Trump or in any position. You know, he reminds me of the guy who asked me once, how come the black race is the only race that's still behind? That guy wanted to be white. He was not white, but he looks, you know, he's brown skin, dark hair, short, you know. I don't want to say his ethnicity because it's not really important, but he wanted to be white. He was half there. You look at his skin and his hair, you know. This guy, that's who Lutnick reminds me of. That's why I can't stand him. Because this guy was doing the bidding of white people at the company that I used to work, the white racist people, not all the white people, some that were so racist, okay? He was doing their work for them. There was another guy as well, but the guy was good friends with him. You know, innocently one day, you know, you work in a company, you try to be nice to everybody. I went and joined them. They were having coffee. I was trying to join the conversation. You know what the guy told me? I don't like to be associated with anyone from the Negroid race. I was the wrong guy to say that too, but we'll talk about, I'll tell you the rest of that story some other time. That guy, Lutnick, every time I look at him, there are a couple of others too, but he's the worst. These people, because those guys who ask me how come the black race is the only race that's still behind, you know, I don't like to be associated with anyone from the Negroid race. They couldn't do anything to me. But that guy, in the position that he occupies, he can have people killed, no problem. He reminds me of the people around Papa Doc, but I had some very good examples, things that happened to me. And believe me, I can prove those things to you too. I'm not just talking, okay? I was looking at some papers yesterday, what I did to those guys. But my point is, there are some very dangerous people in this administration. My life or someone else's life, they don't care. It's not important. That's what I'm trying to drive home. I'm not complaining about those guys. Trust me, people. Oh boy, I had them, with the example I gave you, by the time I was done with them, I had them shaking in their boots. So I'm not complaining or playing, you know, looking for sympathy. Okay? But that's who this guy Lutnick reminds me of. And those people are the worst. And intuitively, we're going to find out in the not too distant future, months down the road. I know some people don't like to wait. They said, what good is it you're telling us now? We want to know what's going to happen now. Unfortunately, we are building up, okay, to that time. Now it's still too early, I guess, according to God's time. Okay? But yesterday did not help Trump in any way, shape, or form. But there is a Putin thing that's glaring here between Elon and Musk. Okay? And there is a deal Zelensky is trying to work out. It's a smart thing. I don't like it. But the guy has people, he's president, he has responsibilities, he has people's lives on his hands, so he has to do everything he can to alleviate the situation of his country. But whatever is happening today, you know, that exchange, the mafia, the mob boss we have in the White House, or he thinks he's a mob boss, you know. At least mob bosses, before they got there, they went through some stuff. You know, if you look at what Gaddy, I'm not glorifying this at all. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm just trying to show you Trump doesn't even have business. If you look at Trump, the way Trump behaved, the guy has no business experience, nothing. His father gave him $400 million. He declared bankruptcy 6 times, or if not more. So he's never worked for a company. He has no idea what's required. And that's why Musk is aware of, okay, and is taking full advantage of it. He's throwing a wrecking ball to the federal government. And as far as Trump, is concerned, that's what I want him to do, wreck it. But the hard part is going to come. It's going to come. We're beginning to feel it. And Trump supporters are screaming and protesting. It's going to get very scary. But it's going to be too late for Trump, Elon, among others. And there's a whole bunch of people around Trump that are going to get caught. Just like I said a long time ago, Trump is going to take a whole bunch of people to prison with him. That's what's coming, my friends. So hang on tight. Unfortunately, there will be some violence. Like I said yesterday, Eric Prince and company, the 3%ers, Brad Boys and everybody. But they're going to get some too. It's not going to be one way. But yesterday, Elon didn't help himself. But I feel Zelensky did the right thing. I still feel Ukraine can win. And as far as our friends in Europe is concerned, they, believe it or not, intuitively I feel, those leaders, those of us in this country who are basically open arm and saying, this is not what we want, is giving them a lot of hope. They're going to be pragmatic and do what's right for Europe and for their countries. Don't get me wrong. Okay? But what they are hearing from the American people, the majority of the American people, Trump is not their president, and they don't agree with what Trump is doing. And in fact, if you look at the newspapers this morning, a lot of them are saying Americans are ashamed of Trump's behavior. First of all, from that video calling Trump Gaza, among other things that he's doing, leaving Ukraine dangling. So they're watching those things. And yes, they're going to try to become more independent, okay, being able to stand more on their own in the future. But I don't feel they're going to walk away from this country, because if that happens, God save us. And basically Trump is ceding our leadership in the world to China. It seems like she's having his own issues in China, but we are not in very good footing, but I'm sure all of you know that. But don't lose hope. What's to come is going to be pretty nasty to those guys. And Elon is going to be shocked. He's going to try to explain. I'm not going to say what I would like to see. I'm just going to keep it to myself. But expect them to beg at some point for mercy. Let me put it this way. Okay? He meant well. No one will listen to him when the time comes. And he's going to catch some lawsuits. All those things that you hear, they're trying to cover up. Elon is not the director of Doge or whatever. It's because of the lawsuits that are being filed against him. It's scaring him to death. Yeah, but they are so confident about their plan. As far as what they are confident about is the urban plan. Okay, they think they can just impose it on this country. Good luck. It's not going to happen. It's going to be very difficult, at least. And if you're looking at what's happening, Republicans are backing off. They're backing away. Don't hold town hall meetings. Don't do this. Don't do that. That's a bad sign. And, you know, Johnson is hiding. Well, they went and looking for him this morning. They're protesting in front of his office. They're going to do that, you know, to other people, other senators and people in Congress. Oh, yeah, they have their challenges cut out for them, but Trump is going to take a whole bunch of them to prison with him. 1,500 people last time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's comparable, the number, if the numbers are not comparable. That's what I feel is coming, my friend. That's my prediction. So hang in there. Two very important questions, I believe. People ask me, I'm going to scroll down in a minute. I'm looking for the question. I don't remember. I've been talking so much. Okay. Give me 1 second. I don't see it. Okay. Let me scroll down. Somebody asked me, why is Trump, I believe I answered that yesterday. Why do they want to go to Fort Knox? Are they going to steal anything? Trump doesn't have to steal. Thank you very much, Barbara Lane, for your generosity in the super chat. I appreciate it. Trump doesn't have to go to Fort Knox to steal anything. Intuitively, I feel, as I'm speaking, Trump is raking in millions. This is the most overt scam that this country has ever seen. Trump does not care about laws or anything when it comes to making his money. His family is out there trying to make deal. Yeah. And make as much money as they possibly can. That's their goal. Raymond Di Pasquale is reminding us, and I want to do the same as well, no buy day, February 28th, tomorrow. Oh no, I'm not buying anything tomorrow. Trust me, I'm going to be here, do my stuff, and then go out. Oh, tomorrow it will be 11:45 because they're coming to help me tomorrow. So, Bad Kitty says, do you foresee a time when Musk will require Elon Musk chip to be implanted in our bodies in order to buy food, do banking, and buy goods? No. They are having problems right now with that stuff. But Elon and in the next few years that are to come, is not going to be as influential and doing what he's doing. I feel Elon Musk, intuitively, I don't see anything good. I would be surprised if he still owns those companies. I'm going to repeat what I said. I believe I repeated it yesterday. People are going to be running away from Elon a couple of years from now, if not sooner. I made that prediction a few years ago. I'm not going to change it. It's coming. It's a matter of when it happens. And that's going to be in response to what Elon is doing today, not only with his cockamamie companies, okay, but he's taking a wrecking ball to our country. When we begin to assess the damage, when we take to the street and say this needs to stop, we got to do something about it, and then we assess what this guy has done, I am telling you, the hatred the anger I feel is coming is something we've never seen before. People are going to want his scalp, and Trump's too. But remember, guys, I told you yesterday, I saw a car basically rolling over and about to disintegrate. Let's see what happens. Not a good vision. So Elon won't be around to be implanting anything on people's brain. It may be another company. I'm sure that maybe there are some applications. I don't know. That's not something I'm an expert on. But Elon is done. Right now, he doesn't. Him and Trump are so full of themselves. They feel powerful. We're going to wreck the federal government. Yeah. For somebody who's a billionaire, you think he would know better, right? This is America. They give you enough rope to hang yourself. And that's what he's doing. Stupid. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Shanna Mac 39 says, both my cousins were in Virginia at some point. My Marine cousin went, he was stationed at Quantico, and my other cousin went to the Army. Husband was stationed in Arlington. Yeah, a lot of people who were in the military, that's not a major complaint, but I don't want to get into that too much because of the ramification of mistreating all our veterans who work for the VA or throughout the federal government. Elon and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. The government is not a business. They're not selling something to make money. Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to convince people the government is not making money. It seems that she expects that's what government do. Jesus. But it will all end someday. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. And unless something major happens later, I will see you all tomorrow. But hang in there, friends. There's gonna be a time we're gonna watch Elon beg for less jail time or something. I don't know what it is, but we will get to laugh in his face. I was gonna say a curse word, but I don't want to say it. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.